Hi there, and welcome to Friday 5. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. I've had some technical difficulties this morning. So welcome to Friday 5, where I'm sharing 5 minutes of helpful tidbits for your family. And I'm having to use my phone here because of those technical difficulties. Anyhow, I hope that you got a chance to get out in the sun last weekend. I encouraged you to get out and get your vitamin D levels up. It was perfect here on the Central Coast. We had some amazing weather. It's a little bit overcast today and supposed to be that way this weekend, but we can still get out and get some vitamin D. So remember, it's 15 to 20 minutes, 2 to 3 times a week, and between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. So while sunshine is my favorite way of keeping vitamin D levels up, I also realize that that might not be possible for everyone all the time. And so I wanted to share today some foods that you can get vitamin D from. It's again, you can get more from sunshine. And I'm also going to mention one of my favorite supplements for vitamin D. So what does vitamin D do and why is it so important? Well, virtually every cell in our body has a vitamin D receptor. So that tells you something, right? Excuse me. And so vitamin D we need vitamin D to help absorb calcium. So specifically in our gut, our small intestine, we need that vitamin D in there to help with calcium. It helps us grandparents from getting osteoporosis. So we've got those of you out there like me who are parenting the second time around, we really need to keep going. And so we can't have anything like osteoporosis bringing us down. So it helps with that. It helps our kids from getting rickets, which you don't hear about a whole lot these days, but previously it was a big problem. It helps with bone fractures, and if you have kids like ours, then we need to keep them from getting those bone fractures. So we need to keep their bones nice and strong. And then the main reason that I want to talk about it and bringing up again this week is because of its role in our immune system and in regulating immune function. And we're still in the midst of this coronavirus pandemic. And so we still need to be doing all the things to help us if we get the virus, to get rid of it and recover quickly. And so all of those, physical things that we're doing are hugely important, but we also need to be doing everything that we can to keep our body healthy in case we do actually get that. And so some of the foods that you can get vitamin D from: fatty fish like salmon, sardines, tuna, fish roe, so caviar. And you probably, you might not eat a lot of fish roe, but if you eat sushi, then you do. And our grandson's a huge fan of fish roe. Like when we used to go to sushi, we would actually get him excuse me, a little bit of rice with extra roe on it. And I'm all for that because, again, it's a really nutrient-dense food, fish roe is. So fish eggs, basically. And you can order, I'm trying to think of the brand that has a really good quality fish roe. I will find it and I will put a link to it. High vitamin butter oil or ghee, egg yolk, beef liver, raw cheeses, and mushrooms. Those are all foods that you can get vitamin D from. My favorite supplement is cod liver oil. So cod liver oil is something that we take almost every day in our house, and our kids have been taking that since day one because that is an ingredient in the homemade baby formula, and so they weren't able to be breastfed, and so that formula has cod liver oil in it, so pretty much from day one. And I will tell you, I think that it's made a huge difference in the immune health of our children, and even specifically teeth health. Our grandson is 8 and he has had one tiny little cavity His teeth are he's got orthodontic stuff that needs to be done. So don't get me wrong, his teeth are not perfect. But as far as cavities, one teeny tiny little cavity. And I think that, his diet and cod liver oil has played a huge role in that. So the brand that we use here, oh shoot, I wanted to show you. We use Standard Process here just because that's a company that I work with a lot. And our kids are used to taking this. So let me just show you. Because it's not always easy to get your kids to take fish oil. And these are kind of big, but they just chew on them. So this is it. So they will actually chew on them, and the gel cap is obviously, they can swallow that. The oldest one has gotten to where he doesn't want to swallow it, and that's fine. He chews it and he spits it out. But yeah, this is a brand that I like a lot. Green Pasture is another brand. They've got the fermented cod liver oil and Rosetta. I haven't tried them, but I know a lot of people in my nutrition world use that brand and trust that brand. And so as far as dosing, just, that's going to depend on which cod liver oil you get. But that is something that I would recommend. I wouldn't overdose with it. I wouldn't do high doses. I would just do, whatever dosing is recommended. And like I said, especially now in this pandemic, I think it's really important. But even just on the regular, like daily, these kids and you can be taking your cod liver oil. So I hope that was helpful, and I hope that you guys have a fantastic Friday, and I will see you next week. Bye.